Alright, what up guys? James here, aka the Pomp, and today I got an oil-based review for you guys. So, happy July 4th everyone, and to commemorate this day, we will be looking at a Russian pomade. So, today let me present to you Rusak No.2, which is a pomade straight from Russia. And so today we'll be looking at this one. And so we'll go ahead and start off by just like looking at the jar itself. So when I came across the product, I had no idea what it was. Turns out it's like a pomade straight from Russia. It's vegan, handmade too. And so on the front you find a sticker decal, which you can see here, of a rabbit, Rusak No.2. And on the back you'll find more information, ingredients, and other things like, oh, handmade, Russia, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. And so, I don't know, the cover just reminds me of the game Metro Last Light. If you guys ever played that, you'll understand what I mean. There's like something Russians have with rabbits. There's just something about it. I don't know, but that's the decal. If you open it up, this is the product. Looks familiar? Because it should. It looks almost exactly like Dax Wave and Groom. And so you'll come to see that this product is actually just like a lighter version of Dax Wave and Groom, for good reasons and for bad reasons. But it's a very like standard product, very simple. You got your petroleum, like Vaseline oil, perfume, some like Saracen. I'll find out what that is later for the written review. But basically what I want to point out is that when you go to these foreign pomades, like, you get pretty simple stuff. Like, rarely ever do you come across like something amazing, because like the Damon Barber was an exception. Typically when you go to like a foreign pomade, because like the whole pomade, the whole pompadour thing is coming to the country as like a trend. It's a very just a recent thing. It's very just gonna like stay as just like a fad for a little bit. And because it's like that, they haven't really had the time to develop the pomade market per se. Like in America, we've had pomade for a while now in this manner for the pompadour, and so it's gone in a lot of crazy directions, such as like Lockhart's, Grandad's, and then you have like your water bases that don't dry, like Anchors and stuff like that. Like, you get a bunch of these new things, but when you go to foreign stuff, you get pretty like simple stuff using traditional ingredients and just small variations that just make their own like variation on this typical like old school pomades like Dax, Murray's, Royal Crown, stuff like that. So as you guys can see, I have it in right now. 1 day build up. Like you can see, there's actually a good amount of shine, as you can see here, because I mean it is a grease. It's what we expect. There's like a good part. My bad, wrong side. A good part, slick back sides, and also you'll see the pomp itself is at like an okay height and an alright shape. And so the characteristics of this pomade is that it's just like a mix between, I'd say, a Royal Crown hairdressing and Dax, as in it's like really soft and malleable, like the Royal Crown pomade, not the hairdressing, my bad, I mean the pomade. And it has like the shine of it, yet it looks and kind of like has that extra like greasiness and feel of like the Dax Wave and Groom. And like the scent itself is a mix between the Dax Wave and Groom and the Iron Society. So it's just like Dax W and G, except with a little bit of like spice to it. And like overall the product's alright. I mean, it's definitely, I would consider it better than some of the classic American pomades, but in comparison to the other like handmade pomades we have here, like it's like no comparison. Like Old Dudes, which I will review later, like trumps this one like by far. They're both vegan pomades. Like this one advertises itself as a vegan pomade, and on the comparison between Old Dudes heavy, light, medium, or whatever versus this one, like Old Dudes is just a much cleaner feel, much cleaner use. And like when I was like showering with this one and I was like shampooing and combing it through, like I got gunk in my comb, and that's like always a really annoying thing to deal with. But so overall, like you'll notice, like, yeah, it has goodness to it. It's like it has a pretty greasy feel. It's very much like a classic like pomade, just with a few changes. Definitely in like the medium like hold range. In terms of like control, it's like a little bit under average, below average. Like yeah, it gives you hold, but the control, the predictability, the product's not as what like I would typically want. The shine is great, fantastic. The slickness is great and fantastic because it's a really greasy product, and the scent is just like alright. I mean, at least if it doesn't smell good, it stays out of the way, and so I can use something else to basically be my fragrance, my scent, my cologne, my whatever for the day. And so yeah, so that's Rusak No.2. It's a vegan pomade from Russia, and I hope you guys got something from this review, and take care.